Hey guys, what's up? Today is a glorious day. Do you want to know why? Because we have the first reveals out of Chaos Origins. I'm incredibly happy because we have a new Blackluster Soldier and a new Black Magician of Chaos. I really love the original Yu-Gi-Oh series and this is awesome. These two new cards are really cool and I definitely expected a new Blackluster Soldier monster in the set. It's also really cool that we're getting a retrain of Magician of Black Chaos because I like that card as well. So this is going to be a combo video, so I'll show you guys a couple of combos showcasing the new cards. Now normally what I like to do before I show you guys a combo is that I like to talk about the cards. The main reason why I like to talk about the cards before I show you guys a combo is because I want you guys to understand what all of the cards do. I like doing that because it makes sure that you guys understand all the in-depth applications about the card, but I can't really do that right now. The main reason why is because we have so many new cards here, and if I spent half the video talking about all the new cards, we'd be here forever. So I'm just gonna get straight into the combos because I think that's far more interesting. Now also a quick side note, just in case you guys like a shorter video, I did upload a couple of shorts. I already posted a couple of one card combos using the new cards out of Chaos Origins if you guys want to see that. The main reason why I started posting some shorts is because I always get some comments from people asking for a shorter video. Whenever I used to post a shorter video, people would ask me for a longer video as well. What I started doing was I just started to make shorts and a long form video. The reason why I started doing that is because it makes everyone happy. If you're someone who wants to watch a shorter video, you can watch a short, and if you're someone who wants to watch a longer video, you can watch this one. This is the best way that I found, and like I said, it keeps everyone happy. I will also include a couple of links to my shorts in the comments if you guys want to see them. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into some combos. I have a couple of one card combos here to show you guys that are pretty cool. Now for the first combo, we have to address the elephant in the room, and when I say elephant, I mean reptile. This one card has been a problem in Yu-Gi-Oh for quite some time, yet for some reason Konami loves this card. For some reason every set they just keep printing another searcher for this card. Now this first combo can be done with any of these cards in your hand, definitely a lot more. Basically to do this first combo, you just need a way to send a monster from your deck to the grave. Now just to keep things simple, I'm going to use Foolish Burial. We're going to start this combo off by activating Foolish Burial, and now we get to send any monster from our deck to the grave. We're going to send a new card, this is Skull Archfiend. This card is really cool because it's a retrain of Summon Skull, but it has a really good effect when the card is sent to the grave. What you get to do is send a ritual spell from your hand or deck to the grave, and then you get to add a monster mentioned on that card. The monster that you add has to be a ritual monster, but that's still really strong. Now there's a really good ritual spell that works with Blackluster Soldier and the new Magician of Black Chaos. However, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to send a better card. We're going to send Mitsurugi Mirror from our deck to the grave. Now I bet a lot of you already know where this is going. Mitsurugi Mirror mentions 3 ritual monsters on the card. It mentions Murakomo, Futsu, and guess what? Also Habakuri. That's right, this is another bridge into Habakuri, so we get to do full Mitsurugi combo. Why does every new archetype in the game let you search Habakuri? I don't know why, but every set we're getting a new Habakuri searcher. In Burst Protocol, we got GMX and they can also search Habakuri. In Blazing Dominion, we have Red Dragon Archfiend support and they can also search Habakuri. And now this new Yugi support based on his Duelist Kingdom deck can also search Habakuri. What's really funny is that they banned Arclight in the TCG and they put Habakuri to 1 already. Habakuri must be Konami's favorite card because every set we get a new searcher for the card. So this is a one card combo that bridges into Habakuri with the new Yugi support, but don't worry, I will show you guys a couple of combos that actually summon Yugi's monsters. I just really wanted to show you guys the Mitsurugi bridge because I find it so funny. This has to be Konami's favorite card or something. The next combo is gonna be another one card combo, and the starter in my hand is gonna be Black Chaos, the Ultimate Magical Swordsman. We're gonna start this combo by activating this card's effect in hand. By discarding this card from your hand, you get to place from your deck or grave one continuous trap that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness. Now we're gonna use this effect to place Mind Shuffle from our deck into our spell and trap zone. Now we're gonna activate the effect of Mind Shuffle. What this card will let you do is during either player's turn, you get to add a monster that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness from your deck to your hand. Afterwards, you have to discard a card, but that's actually a good thing. We're gonna add the Skull Archfiend card from our deck to our hand, and as you guys saw in the previous combo, that card is very good in the grave. We're gonna add that card and discard it. Now the effect of Skull Archfiend will activate because the card was sent to the grave. We're gonna send the Ritual of Light and Darkness from our deck to the grave. Now you also get to add a ritual monster from your deck to your hand that's mentioned on the card. There are 2 monsters mentioned on that card. The first one is Black Chaos, the Dark Chaos Magician, and the second one is Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Light and Darkness. We're gonna add the Black Chaos Magician from our deck to our hand, but don't worry, we'll get Blackluster Soldier later. You're gonna activate the grave effect of Ritual and Light and Darkness now. If this card is in your grave, you get to add the card to your hand along with another card that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness from your grave. So we're gonna add back the Ritual of Light and Darkness along with Skull Archfiend from our grave. We're gonna activate the Ritual of Light and Darkness now to Ritual Summon. This card will let you perform a Ritual Summon for the new Black Chaos Magician or the new Blackluster Soldier. The nice thing about this new Ritual spell card is that you get to banish the material materials from your grave to ritual summon. This is really nice, and now we're gonna banish Swordsman from our grave to ritual summon. That monster's a level 8, so now we get to ritual summon level 8. You're gonna summon the new Black Chaos, the Dark Chaos Magician. Now this card is really cool, but the card also has several good effects. If this card is ritual summoned, you could add any spell card from your grave to your hand, which is very good. It doesn't have to add back a spell that mentions the ritual of light and darkness. This can be any spell in the game, any generic card. If you went first and you activated a card like Called by the Grave, you can just add the card back, which is huge. That's incredibly good value. The second effect of this card is that it's unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent unless they target this card. That's really good too because this card is basically like a semi-tower monster. Also, spell or trap cards you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. That's really nice because it will protect Mind Shuffle, so you're guaranteed to activate it on your opponent's turn. On top of that, keeping your other back row safe is pretty good. The third effect is once per turn you get to target a card your opponent controls, banish it face down. So this card is amazing. It has so many different applications. This card is good going first, it's also good going second, and also protect your other cards, and it's like a half towers. Now you're going to activate the first effect to add back a spell from your grave, so you're going to add back the Ritual of Light and Darkness. Now here you're going to pass your turn, and it really doesn't look like we have a lot, but don't worry, we're going to get more. Now as soon as your opponent draws for turn, you're going to activate the effect of Mind Shuffle. You're going to add another monster that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness from your deck to your hand. We're going to add another new card, this is Gurifo, and now the card that we're going to discard is Skull Archfiend. Now the effect of Skull Archfiend will activate again because this card was sent to the grave. You're going to send the Ritual of Light and Darkness from your hand to the grave to add another monster. We're going to add Blackluster Soldier, the Soldier of Light and Darkness, because this card does mention the Ritual of Light and Darkness. So this is why it doesn't matter that you didn't search the card earlier because you're going to get it later. Also, Black Chaos Magician's a lot better to summon on your own turn, and Blackluster Soldier is better to summon on the opponent's turn. Now you're going to activate the effect of Gurifo and discard this card. By discarding this card, you get to set a quick play spell card or a trap card that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness from your deck. On top of that, the set card can be activated this turn, which is really good. Now you have two different choices here. You either have Chaos Hat or you have the Mystical Box of Chaos. In this combo, we're going to grab the Mystical Box of Chaos, but don't worry, I'll show you another combo with Chaos Hats. Now like I said, the new Ritual monster is a Towers card, but it can be affected by cards that target it. As soon as your opponent activates the card that targets this monster, you're going to activate your face down Mystical Box of Chaos. When your opponent activates the card that targets the card you control, you get to return one of those cards to your hand. Also, you get to destroy a card on the field, then you get to special summon a monster from your hand that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness. However, the monster that you summon has to have a different name than the monster you returned. The best thing about the card is that it ignores summoning conditions, so you get to summon a ritual here. You're going to tag out the Magician of Black Chaos for the Blackluster Soldier, the Soldier of Light and Darkness. Now the effect of Soldier of Light and Darkness will activate. If this card is special summoned, you get to target a card your opponent controls and banish it. That's incredibly good because this card doesn't have to be ritual summoned to activate this effect. On top of that, this card is also another semi-towers. It's unaffected by activated effects of your opponent unless they target this card. This card also cannot be destroyed by battle, which is a pretty cool bonus. So honestly, you can just leave this card on the field because it's going to be pretty annoying for your opponent to out. However, if your opponent does have a way to out this card by an effect that targets, you're going to activate your Mind Shuffle. This card has a second effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you get to return a level 7 or higher monster you control to the hand. Now you'll be able to summon a monster from your hand that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness, but it cannot be the same monster that you returned. However, this will also ignore the card summoning condition. So now you can tag out your Blackluster Soldier for your Magician of Black Chaos. Now the effect of Chaos Magician will activate because the card was special summoned. You get to add a spell card from your grave. So now you're going to add back your Mystic Box of Chaos. So this isn't the greatest board ever, but this is still pretty cool. I also like how this is a reference to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel monsters. Mind Shuffle is a nice reference to the duel between Yugi and Pegasus at Duelist Kingdom. What happens is Pegasus keeps reading Yugi's mind so he knows every card that he has. As a result, Atem and Yugi keep switching places so Pegasus can't read his mind. That's really cool, I like this card a lot. Now like I said, this is the combo where we set Mystical Box, but I'll show you another combo if you want to use Chaos Hats. So what I've done here is I recreated the old board where I have Gurifo in my hand before I activated the card effect. The reason why I'm skipping to this point is because I think it'd be really boring if I showed you the exact same combo again. Like nobody wants to see that. You guys want to see the new stuff, I understand that. I would also be pretty bored if someone showed me the exact same combo except for one step different, so we're just gonna skip to the good part. So now we're gonna activate the effect of Gurifo, and now this time we're gonna set Chaos Hats. Now we're gonna activate Mind Shuffle when our opponent activates the card or effect to tag out. You're gonna return your Black Chaos Magician to summon Soldier of Light and Darkness. Now this card's effect will activate because it was special summon. Now you get to banish a card. Now you're gonna activate your Chaos Hats. This card can be activated when your opponent activates a normal spell, or trap, or monster effect. Now this card doesn't negate your opponent's card, but instead it does something even better. It rewrites the card effect, which is so cool. Konami has been doing this more, and I'm a really big fan of this. What this card will let you do is pick 3 spell or traps from your deck that have a different name and a monster in your main monster zone. You set all the cards to your field and you shuffle them, and then your opponent's effect becomes destroy when set monster your opponent controls. What you can do is set a bunch of spell and traps that have an effect when they're destroyed. So I just set a bunch of random spell and traps from my deck, but I also set Mystical Box. The reason why is because this card has a really good effect when it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect. So it's a 1 in 4 chance, so the chances of your opponent destroying that card are pretty low. However, even if they don't destroy that card, you're still gonna be fine because you got to negate one of their cards. The only thing they got is to destroy a random set monster you have, and it could be nothing. But like I said, this effect could benefit you because you could just set Waking the Dragon. If your opponent destroys that card for you, they're screwed. What Mystical Box of Chaos does is when the card is destroyed by your opponent, you get to special summon a ritual monster monster that mentions the Ritual of Light and Darkness, you get to summon the monster from your hand or deck, which is pretty cool, but it's probably going to be from the hand. Now you're going to summon your Black Chaos Magician you return to the hand, which is awesome. Now when this card is summoned, you get to add back your Mystical Box of Chaos. Now like I said before, if your opponent doesn't destroy the card, it's going to be fine. This is why I prefer the Mystical Box of Chaos, even though the effect of Chaos Hat is fine. So this is also pretty decent. So I'm very happy with these new cards. They're a really great reference to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series Season 1. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys for the next video.